Hey guys, so I was recently tagged by Alexandria Sutton to do a tag that she created, and I believe it is the 2019 makeup tag. I believe that's what she called it. Yep. So that is what she called it. So today I'm going to answer those questions because I thought it was a really fun tag and I am so thankful that she tagged me. If you guys are not already following her, go check out her videos. She has a lot of really unique, really awesome video ideas, and I believe she's uploading 5 days a week in December. So definitely go check her out and give her channel a look. So let's hop into the questions. The first question is, if you had to pick a model for what you'd like your makeup life to be in 2019, what would it be? So I did kind of think about these answers a little bit. I wrote them down so I wouldn't just be like word vomiting at you guys. And the word that I wrote down was intentional. And at first I was like, well, that's not a very good word. So I tried to give it some more thought and tried to think of another word, but that's really what I'm aiming for in 2019. I feel like in 2018, I went a little like palette crazy, eyeshadow crazy, just makeup crazy in general. I tried a lot of new stuff, which was awesome. I love trying new products, but I wasn't always thinking through my purchases as much as I have in the past and as much as I feel like I need to be because I do already have so much makeup. So I really want my makeup life in 2019 to be more intentional in what I'm bringing in and what I'm really keeping. I only want to keep things that I really, really love. The second question is, what one brand do you expect to come out with something groundbreaking in 2019? So I feel like maybe Melt Cosmetics will. I really love kind of the color stories behind the palettes that they've released this year. The Gemini palette blew up the internet. The 27 palette, I believe that's what that one was called. That one was a bit more neutral, a little bit more run-of-the-mill, but I thought it was still absolutely beautiful. And then the Smoke Session palette, I think that's what it was called. Not the biggest fan of the theme, but I thought the color story was absolutely stunning. So I think they'll come out with something really cool. Like Alexandria, I also think that ABH will come out with something really awesome. They put a lot of thought behind their products and they're all really well thought out and just really cool and different. And then my personal favorite is ColourPop. I love ColourPop so much, you guys. I feel like they do release a lot of new products, but I feel like they're also kind of that trendy, not so much edgy, but you guys know what I mean. Like, they would be the ones to come out with something that was just kind of different and out there. The third question is, what brand do you think will be burnt out in 2019? So for this one, I don't remember what Alexandria put. She might have put the same thing, but I said Urban Decay. I feel like Urban Decay released so many palettes this year. They released Naked Petite Heat, maybe? Or maybe they just released that in 2017. But they released all of their holiday stuff, the Elements palette, they released Born to Run, they released Naked Cherry, and I just feel like these releases are getting less thought out as they go. Don't get me wrong, Urban Decay is a great brand, they make beautiful eyeshadows, but I just feel like not all of their palettes are as well thought out as they could be, you know what I mean? So I feel like they're just pushing product out, and eventually they're going to be burnt out. So the fourth question is, name 3 influencers you think ColourPop will collab with in 2019. So for this one, I have kind of similar answers to Alexandria. She said Raw Beauty Kristi, and I 110% agree. Raw Beauty Kristi is so cool, and I think whatever she comes out with, it will be so awesome, so amazing. And she just has, I feel like she just knows what she's doing, and I think whatever she created with ColourPop would just be awesome because they have amazing formulas and she has amazing taste. I also think they're going to collab with Kathleen Lights again, and I'm personally very excited about that because I love every single collab that they do together. I think she just creates really beautiful products, so I would definitely be super excited for another one of those collabs. And then I would also love to see them collab with Andrea Mattiano, I don't know how to say her last name, which makes me feel terrible because I say this every time I have to mention her. She is a big supporter of ColourPop, and she is just very like down to earth. She's very chill. I feel like she would create a palette for the everyday woman, like with a twist. Like, I feel like it would be beautiful and super wearable, but she also really loves to rock color, so I think she would include some fun twists in there, so I would love to see that collab. The fifth question says, do you think the color of the year will be reflected in the makeup world? And I think absolutely. Maybe not so much in the products that are being released because, like Alexandria mentioned, Sephora always does some kind of Pantone color of the year release, but they always go on sale very quickly, so I don't know. I don't really feel like that has a lot to do with it. But I think as far as the makeup that people are wearing, I think they will absolutely be inspired by the color Living Coral, which is the color of the year this year. And I think it will just lead to very fresh, very light, just like almost like, it almost reminds me of like kind of Asian style makeup where they have just a lot of blush, and they even put like really pinky shades like under their lower lash line to make their eyes look a little bit puffy. That's just kind of what I'm envisioning, just something very light, very fresh. Question 6 says, what trends in eyeshadow palettes do you see coming in 2019? Well, I can tell you what I don't see coming, and that is the same boring neutral palettes with a pop of blue. Yes, they're pretty, yes, blue is fun to work with, but I think we're all sick of them at this point. I also see some smaller palettes coming out. I just, like the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes have been really, really big the past maybe 2 years at this point, and I think a lot of other brands are kind of starting to see that and starting to release smaller palettes. I love a big palette, but I also see the value in a smaller palette, and I just think there's a really awesome market for that. And I think if they did that, they could do more like concentrated color theories, almost like have a purple palette, have a green palette, have a blue palette, kind of like Huda has done. But I feel like if you do that in a smaller palette, you have almost more creative freedom because it's so small, you're not really pressured to make sure that you can get like every single look under the sun with that one little palette. Number 7 says, what trends or products do you see growing in popularity in 2019? So for this one, I feel like I see the more ethereal look kind of coming into play in 2019, especially with this Living Coral color. It's just very soft. It's not like a bright green or a bright blue or something super rich and deep and jewel toned. I just see us kind of going in a lighter direction. I feel like at least a lot of the YouTubers that I've been watching lately, they've really been into the more just lighter look almost kind of. And they've been really into like sparse glitter on the eyelids, not like super packing it on like with those Stila or with just glitter and adhesive. And I think that look is just very beautiful. It's very soft. It's very ethereal, like I said. So the 8th question says, what trends or products do you see lessening in popularity in 2019? So like I said, palettes with a pop of blue, and then also kind of Instagram makeup in real life. Like I said before, I see us kind of moving more in a ethereal, lighter look direction because that's personally what I've been enjoying lately. Well, you can't always tell that from my videos, but in day-to-day, I have just been loving like a really simple eye look like this. It just makes me look fresh, awake, and just it's a little bit softer than what we've been seeing lately. Question 9 says, what, if any, celebrity or influencer do you predict will come out with their own line in 2019? So Jaclyn Hill is definitely coming out with her line in 2019, or at least I hope she is. I feel like she's been working on this for forever, so I know whatever she comes out with is going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see it. And I'm thinking that KL Polish, this is kind of cheating because this is already an actual brand, but I feel like KL Polish will expand a little bit. I don't know if they will expand outside of nail polish. I'm hoping that they do though. I'm really hoping that they do because I just recently ordered some KL Polish, and like I said before, I love anything that Kathleen creates pretty much, so I'd be really excited to see what is kind of going on there. I also think that maybe Casey Holmes will come out with her own line. I think that would be so awesome, and she's been hinting at a new project in her latest videos, so I think that would be super awesome to see. The final question is, what did you learn during your 2018 makeup life that you'll bring with you into 2019? And I feel like the biggest thing that I learned was it's okay to step outside your comfort zone. It's okay to take a leap of faith. I don't know if you guys all follow me on Instagram. If you don't, you definitely should. But about a week ago, maybe at this point by the time this video goes up, I did kind of a year in review little series on my story, and I picked a picture from each month and I posted it on my story, and you could just really tell how much I kind of grew and really experimented with my makeup. I feel like in 2017, I was really just kind of a primarily neutral gal, and while I still love neutrals, they're absolutely beautiful. In 2018, I really kind of stepped outside my comfort zone, started playing with color. I bought my first rainbow matte palette, and I couldn't put it down for like weeks. And I just feel like I've really stepped outside of my comfort zone. I've tried a lot of new techniques that I hadn't tried before, and I've loved it. It's been so much fun, and I feel like I've really grown as kind of a self-taught makeup artist, if you guys know what I mean. And I also want to take learning how to shop my stash into 2019 and continue to grow that skill, because I have a lot of eyeshadow, guys, and I probably don't ever need to buy an eyeshadow palette for the rest of my life. Not saying that I won't, because I know myself, I will. But I love shopping my stash. I love finding a dupe. I love knowing that I can create those looks and I don't have to buy a brand new palette to do that. So that's actually going to wrap this video up, you guys. Make sure you check out Alexandria's video. I will link it down below, as well as her channel. I just want to say thank you to her again for tagging me to do this tag and creating this tag. It was so much fun to do. Like she said in her video, if you want to do this tag, I tag you right here. I thought it was super fun to do, and if you don't have a channel, do it on your Instagram, or if you don't have anything, do it in the comments below. I would just love to know your answers to these questions. I love getting your feedback on things like this, and I think it'd be a really fun conversation to have in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!